Hi there. Welcome back to the Achieve Intentional Transformation podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Leonie H. Mattison, and it is always a blessing to be on top of this beautiful earth with all of you. This is episode 6 of our 7-part series, Weaving Your Life and Leadership Together with the T.H.R.E.A.D. Thread System. So if you're new here, welcome. Across the first 4 steps, we have been laying a foundation that is less about fixing yourself as a leader and more about returning to yourself with integrity using my 6-step T.H.R.E.A.D. thread system. And I do want to remind us of my commitment to helping leaders just like you to build inner clarity and practical capacity so you can lead with strength without self-abandonment. And remember, I'm on this journey with all of you as well. Let's do a quick recap of where we've been. Step 1, think deeply. Return you to stillness and clear seeing. Step 2, harvest wisdom. Strengthen your ability to separate signal from noise. Step 3, release patterns. My favorite step. Helped you notice what you reach for under pressure as a leader. Step 4, enlist allies. Reminded you and myself that wise leaders do not do hard seasons alone. No man is an island, no man stands alone. Now we arrive at step 5, adopt change. And this is where insight stops being an idea and becomes a way of living and leading. My friends, most leaders eventually learn through experience that the outer work of leadership is only as effective when the inner life that carries leadership is steady, especially when the pace is high, expectations are constant, and you as a leader, you're required to be clear, calm, and compassionate, all while navigating disruption. So maybe for you right now, your disruption may be professional, and it could be that you're navigating a leadership shift, financial pressure, a breach of trust, or a season moving faster than your ability to make meaning. Or maybe for you, it's personal and also professional, and it still impacts everything around you. So maybe personally, you're navigating grief, caregiving, relationship strain, spiritual fatigue, or the quiet realization that the pace you've been keeping can no longer carry the life you want to live as a leader. Here's the truth, my friends. Disruption has a way of exposing what has been propping up all of us, what has been draining us, and what has been asking sometimes quietly for years to be addressed with more honesty than our schedules allowed. And you're not alone in that. I have been there in my own leadership, sitting with the weight after the meeting's end, realizing that competence can keep you functioning while something deeper is asking for renewal. And I want you to know that admitting that is not weakness. It is the beginning of a more truthful and more sustainable strength. And so in this moment, I want to invite you to bring into view the leader you envisioned beyond the disruption you're navigating right now. And I'm talking about the one you named in step 1. Maybe for you, you envision becoming the leader who can hold complexity without being consumed by it. The leader who can carry responsibility without carrying everyone's weight as proof of your worth. Who can speak truth with steadiness and care and remain fully human while being precise. As you keep that leader in view, I want to place a thought on the table that guided me in rare leadership moments. James Baldwin wrote, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed, my friends, until it is faced." And in leadership, facing the truth often looks like naming the real constraint without blame, putting the data and the dynamics in the room, saying the quiet part out loud with care. And that honesty, my friends, reduces noise because it stops people from trying to lead through guesswork. That is what I want for all of you. When we talk about adopt change, it is your ability to stop circling what you know about the leader you're becoming and the one you need to become, and begin to take those steps to live who you are becoming, the highest version of your leadership self. And there is evidence-based reason this is possible. In Mindset, Carol Dweck describes fixed versus growth orientations and the difference between defending identity and building capacity. And in my book, The Thread, I talk about neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change through experience and practice. There is an often cited estimate that we carry roughly 86 billion neurons, and over time, the brain can reorganize pathways and build new connections. You have the power, my friends, which means when disruption exposes your default, you're not condemned by it. Not at all. You have the power of choice. I also love this quote by Alvin Toffler, and he said, "The illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." My friends in leadership, for you, this is not a slogan. Adopting change is a discipline. In disruption, the work is not only to acquire new tools, it is to release what no longer fits and to build the inner capacities that let you lead with steadiness when conditions are unstable. And you have the power to do that. So if you're asking, Dr. Lee, how do I adopt change internally when I am navigating disruption? Well, I'd like to offer you 6 capacities. And they follow this simple arc around learn, unlearn, relearn, embody, practice, and model the new way. And this is not about managing appearances. It is about becoming steady enough on the inside to lead well on the outside. So are you ready? Number 1, learn what disruption is teaching you about you. I want you to treat this season like a leadership audit and ask 3 questions you can answer without defensiveness. I want you to ask yourself, what is this pressure reliably pulling out of me? Where am I most reactive, and what does that reactivity protect? And what decision am I delaying because it threatens an identity, a relationship, or a narrative I have been managing? This is not self-critique, my friends. It is an executive self-awareness. And when you can name your pattern, you regain choice. Yes. Number 2, unlearn the private contracts that pressure writes. As a high-performing leader, we often carry unspoken rules that says, if I carry more, I am safer. If I respond faster, I'm competent. If I keep everyone calm, I am leading. In disruption, those contracts becomes expensive. Unlearning is replacing them with mature leadership agreements that says, I will not trade clarity for speed. I will not absorb what belongs to the system. And I will not confuse urgency with importance. I will lead from reality, not from the need to be needed. Take a deep breath. Number 3, relearn how to stabilize your inner state before you act. Executive judgment is not only cognitive, it is physiological. And under threat, attention narrows, tone sharpens, and the organization feels it. So make steadiness operational. Before a meeting, take 60 seconds to slow your breath and name the outcome you are responsible for. And while you're in the moment, pause long enough to choose your tone and your timing. And afterward, run a debrief. Ask yourself, did I speak from clarity or from protection? And this is not softness, my friends. It is actually performance stability. And that is what I found over the years in leadership. Number 4, embody the leader you envisioned through one consequential behavior. Do not aim for a full reinvention. No, just choose one behavior that signals integrity in the middle of complexity. And name the constraint early so you can set the boundaries that you have been avoiding, and also delegate the decision you keep carrying to prove your value. So ask the question that reduces the guesswork, and you can ask yourself, what am I assuming and what do I really know? Embodiment is the point where your values become visible in your calendar, your conversations, and your decisions. That's powerful. Number 5, I want you to practice until the new response becomes your default under pressure. Practice, practice, practice. Adoption is not intensity, it is repetition. So treat practice with the same discipline you give strategic execution. You're good at that. So I want you to choose a 2-week rehearsal. 1 breath before you answer, 1 clear no per day, 1 truth told early, and 1 decision anchored explicitly in values before speed. And I want you to track it briefly. Review it weekly. And this is how neuroplasticity becomes leadership renewal. Because what you practice, my friends, it is what you can access when the room gets hot and when disruption tries to overwhelm you. And lastly, model the way in a manner your organization can feel. Senior leaders set the emotional tone of the system. Modeling looks like calm without performance, clarity without harshness, and follow through without over-functioning. And my friends, it also looks like making the decision, naming the rationale, and holding accountability without blame. It also looks like telling the truth without drama and creating space for others to do the same. When you as a leader model the way constantly, you reduce noise, strengthen trust, and create an environment that carry disruption without breaking your people or yourself. Let's take a deep. Now, before we close today, I want to offer you a tool that I've worked on, and you can access this on my website or Amazon, and it is a journal of a transforming woman. It has a lot of reflective prompts that meet you where you are and help you. Just a small sliver of help to where you want to go. If this episode spoke to you, share it with a leader who has been carrying too much in silence. And if you have a couple seconds, I invite you to leave a review so that this series can reach leaders who are looking for support. In our final episode in this series, we're going to talk about design wholeness, where the new weave is strengthened so it can hold across the long arc of your leadership and your living. I'd like to leave you with this truth. Disruption is not punishment. It is data. And yes, it exposes what you have been rehearsing under pressure. The instincts, the stories, the reflexes that once protected you and may now be costing you. Adopt change is the moment you stop managing symptoms and start rebuilding the pattern, the new way of moving forward as the leader you're becoming. This leader is going to move with clarity, more groundedness, so that your leadership is very spacious and free. You're free to be who you're becoming, the highest version of your leadership self. So, until next time, I want you to stay close to what is true. Let your pace reflect your integrity, and trust that adopting change is not force, it is renewal practiced. Thank you for the gift of your presence, your time, and your contributions. Take care now, my friends. Thank you for joining Achieve Intentional Transformation with Dr. Lee.